I won the die roll. Let's take the play. Sand is bad. Aggressively mulligan with the goblins seems to be the best plan. I would like to keep this and bottom this ringleader. That's fine. Then I would like to fetch shock for a Thoughtseize. I think having a turn 1 play is very important in this deck. A lot of our 2s don't really set us up for anything. Yes, I would like to shock. Without any side snoop and some removal. Playing against Jeskai control. Spell Snare will only counter the Munitions Expert. They have the lands to cast the Wraths. Let's take the Consult, pass it over. Their hand is pretty slow. And our hand is pretty slow too. But we have a lot of like recursive, like ways to replace our own threats. I guess we can go. It's not auto yield. Well, that didn't work. Let's shock. Yes. I would like to go grab this or cast this Mogmob. The Matron we could use in the future to try to grab a ringleader. They're going to have to pay 5 mana in order to wrath away our Mogmob. That's something that we want. So now they have counterspell mana. So what we could do is we could just go to combat. Attack. Second main, play another one. And now we're not going to auto yield for the rest of the game. We're just going to click through everything. So when they finally are able to kill some of our stuff, we're just going to have the damage on standby to kill them. They shocked 15. This is like a kicked consult. If I had to guess. Hey, what's up? Thank you for being here, Tim. Hey, thank you, bro. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to pre-release tonight because I've been sick all week and I don't want to get anybody sick. But tomorrow I'll be streaming pre-release if you want to see it. How you been, bro? It's been a long time. Go to mine. Yep, definitely feeling better. Arms chant? Sure. In response, do we want to cast a Munitions Expert? No, it doesn't do anything. That's fine. Yeah, they got me on a bunch of steroids and stuff that I don't really like, but it's definitely made me feel a lot better. Modern medicine, you know, it's crazy, but yeah, just had a crazy week. You know, there's a bacterial infection in both my lungs. It was pretty bad at one point. I was wheezing really, really bad. I'm on an inhaler, a breathing treatment, 2 steroids, and an antibiotic. And now I can breathe, which is kind of crazy. Looks like they don't have the extra mana for the Wrath. They could counter this. Oh, that's right. We tapped it wrong. Cancel. Undo. Black, red. Munitions Expert. Okay. They could spell snare this. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm just makes me feel grateful, you know, for being able to breathe. So they're doing the math. Yeah, and I think it's worth it on their side to counter, especially if they don't have a lot of other interaction. Go to mine. We drew a cavern. Play a cavern on Goblin. We can go combat. Attack with 2 Mog Mobs. And I guess that's another reason to play 4 Mog Mobs is it's just so good against control. Like in this instance, right? I'm just going to go Matron for another Mog Mob. Just like burn them out. Like they could subtlety this technically or sink in stupor, but I don't think that's good for them. Yes, I'd like to go grab something. I'd grab my final Mog. And it has haste next turn too. It's just so crazy. Not a 5th land again. So I mean, kick an arms chant. Sure. Play my land. Pass it over. I mean, eventually they're gonna find a fetch land or any land. They'll have a wrath, but they just don't have it yet. 1, 2. Snap, kick an arms chant. Sure. I mean, I'm really not that scared of this. I still feel like I'm in a great spot. Sure, I still get to draw. Do we just play this as a land? No, I think we just pass. We have the winning line. We just gotta let that. We need 1 turn without an arms chant to resolve. There's the Mystic Gate. Are they gonna blow all of tune the narrative so they can hold up some mana? Now they have 1 mana up when they wrath. This still doesn't seem great for them. So they're gonna net have 1 extra energy after this. So X is 2. I would like to bolt you. I would like to bolt you. The wrath is fine. You can pay 3 energy to kill my matron. I'm fine with this. They just keep all the energy. Go to my turn. I would like to put this Mog Mob on the stack. Unkillable. And I would like to bolt you. Oh my god, we did it! Okay, Mog Mob is the way that you beat control. Blood Moon's going to be pretty decent. Bolt's going to be better. Trash Master is a lord. Munitions is really not going to do much, like we saw there. Soul Cauldron is going to be bad, so let's cut that. Let's trim a vial because we know they're playing Wrath. They're on Orm's Chant. They're on Orm's Chant. I think Chalice is decent against Orm's Chant, as crazy as that sounds. Chalice is probably better than Vial against Orm's Chant. I I guess Vile does give us a way to get creatures into play. Arms Chant. So what's better? Chalice countering their 1-drops, or Vile countering their counter spells. I mean, we know that Wrath is coming. We know that they play 4 Wraths, and Vile is very susceptible to Wrath. So is Chalice. Chalice could keep us from being potentially locked out of through an Arms Chant. I think that's worth it. What's the alternative? We play Vile and then it gets pendinged. Chalice on 1 also hits all of this other stuff, so let's not do that. Yeah, I guess it is Vile because we have enough 1-drops here to make it not worthwhile to put the Chalice on 1. If we're cutting all of our 1-drops in this matchup, then the Chalice gets a lot better. But taking that Consult was able to force them into a corner, and then we were able to capitalize on their not so great hand. I mean, they had double Wrath, but we had triple Mogmob, and Mogmob was really, really good. Maybe I could have ended that game a little bit faster. All this hand is cracked. Even though we have Kiki and Sling Gang, which are both basically going to be uncastable this game, I feel like this hand is very strong. Play the Bloodstained Mire, pass it over. So we find the Raucous Theater. Then we get to put a card on top. Land is perfect. Hopefully this draws a counterspell out of them. With the Crater Maker. Does that even make sense? No. Because if we hold the Crater Maker, it's the answer for the Orm's Chant Scepter Lock. Snoop gives the ability to combo next turn, so it probably draws a counterspell. Mogmob on top. 000 XXX. I do not want to yield. I do not want to yield. I do not want to yield. Perfect. Because now if they go to kill my Snoop, I'm able to respond and sack it to bolt them. Bins and Ephemery. That's good for me. That means they don't have a Solitude. Pending. I would like to bolt you. We'll pass through the turn. I'm going to pay 2 life. And let's see if this works. The Miser's Blood Moon resolved. They F6 till they didn't get to fetch. And they concede! That's the match. That's crazy. That's so cool. Okay. The Miser's Blood Moon doing all the work. Well, sometimes you only need one. If you show your opponent a couple, then they get more likely to expect it. But the single Blood Moon coming out of the board won us the match because they F6'd. They probably could have fetched like a basic island or a basic plains, but then they still only have one white source. Maybe we need to play 2 Blood Moons in the board. I don't know. It just feels so bad when you draw more than one. I like the idea of it being. I like the idea of it being our 3rd dampening sphere. Because sometimes having 3 dampening spheres is too many. This hand is not good. Because turn 1 we cast a vial. Turn 2 we cast a vial. I guess if we draw a land, we're in a good spot. Do we aggressively mulligan? Yes, I think that's how you win with this deck, is you aggressively mulligan. We do have a 1-drop, but we're on the draw. If they're playing Boros Energy, this hand is really, really bad. We'll try it for the testing. Eldrazi. So this vial is going to really suck, and this hand is not going to be fast enough. I mean, I guess vial doesn't get hit by what they're doing. Unless they're playing this. If they're playing Eldrazi, triple vial is going to be really sad. Show the munitions expert, play the vial, pass it over. Okay, we still have 1 more draw to hit a land. Never mind. Thought not seer's coming down. Just a talisman? Interesting. Yes, we could still combo technically if we get really lucky. Play the Raucous Theater. That was the best land to draw there. This is also a really good land to draw. Cast another vial. Pass it over. They have 3 cards left. Cracks the map to go and grab another Eldrazi Temple. They can start sowing myco-spawning my lands, maybe. Urza's Tower. Well, they're pretty far away from Tron. Maybe that's just their land of choice. This gives them access to 6 mana. Myco-spawn kicked. I am not afraid of a myco-spawn. Kicked is interesting because then they're able to assemble Tron pretty quickly. If they have another Tron piece next turn, I could be in trouble. But I don't think they can tag my vials with anything besides Karn. We knew the land was on top. Do we want to shock? No, because we can still just vial in the munitions expert, and we're just on playing vials this game, I guess. Pass it over. They have Tron. Megatron. They have 11, 12 mana. They can hardcast Emrakul. So this is 11 mana. K command for 10. Okay. I think this is definitely a hand that if we mulligan aggressively to the combo, we just like run them over. Not even close. But if we play it like this, we definitely give them ways to sneak in some wins. Let's see what they do. Game log. 10 Eldrazi spawns, and scries 10, 6 to the top, 4 to the bottom, and then draws. And then is able to cast a Karn. Karn is very strong. I would like to use this, put a munitions expert into play. This will shoot one of these. That's fine. Now you can have your Karn. Down ticks the Karn. It's a May, so then they say, yes, I would like to do this. And then the card that they grab. Walking Ballista. They're going to play it for 2 and shoot the munitions for 1. Oh, they have the one floating. Okay, so they have 3. X is 3. They can shoot the munitions for 1 if they want. I'm not going to take the damage. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Land is literally perfect. Fetch to 16. Go grab a basic mountain. Do we play a Mog Mob? Yes. Let's play the Mog Mob. I would like to Vulture Karn. Then I would like to 1, 2. It still isn't enough to kill the ballista. Pass it over. This is not going to go well for me. This is not going to go well for me. Ugh. Yeah, that's good because we don't really have an answer for that. Now they draw. A new Karn. Target. That one, that cast trigger is okay. Before the Karn resolves, I'd like to activate the vial. Yes, I'd like to put a Pashlik Mons into play. Then the Karn can resolve. We definitely could have played this better. Choosing to go grab Torpor Orb. It's a good one. I would like to trade with the Ballista, please. All these abilities. But we're pretty close to dead, I'll be honest. Yes. Yes. I mean, that's pretty good, but I still feel like we're very dead. I'm going to concede. I usually like to fight things all the way out. However, I will say that our sideboarded games are much better for us than our mainboarded games. So let's get these dampening spheres in here. Vial is okay. Thoughtseize is okay. Sting Scourger's okay. Mog Mob's okay. So in this matchup specifically, we really don't want Munitions Expert. Trash Master's good. Mog Mob is direct damage, that's good. Bolt is direct damage, that's good. Vial's really bad against Karn. So let's take a couple of those out. Actually, we have enough to take all these out. And that's 61. The one of Agatha's could be good. But this is the kind of hand that we want to see. Slow them down, make them play our game. Because I think that we're much more efficient with playing like our lands. We're much more efficient. Sure, reveal the Devourer. We're much more efficient if we're casting spells for their normal costs than they are. Devour of Destiny is okay. Trigger's good. We're going to their end step. Yes, this trigger's fine. Let's look at the top card. Matron is perfect. That can go on top. Then we can go to draw. We don't care about getting the arena down. We just want to get the damping sphere down. The first matron's going to grab a Snoop. The second matron's going to grab a Harbinger, and we're going to win. Let's go back to this. Go to my turn. So we're going to matron for... I guess we could just grab Ringleader, if I'm being honest. Yes. Go grab a Ringleader. I guess Mogmob could end the game really fast. But Ringleader just draws me so many cards. And it will give me more fodder to sack to my Trash Master. Dampening Sphere is really good. Okay, another Uga's Labyrinth, imprinting a Devourer. We know they have the Devourer, so it's important for us to know that. Karn. Mycospawn. Go get themselves a land. Mine. Okay. Draw the Snoop. We could potentially set up for a turn. Go get a basic mountain. Where we go Snoop Harbor in the same turn. But I don't think that's what we're going to be doing here. Here, I want to get this Trash Master down. I want to target this, sack this. Please be gentle. We are on stream. We are streaming on YouTube at Goblin Ringleader. So I'm sorry. Yield to this turn. Opponent's like, please, no. And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I got to do it to you. I hate to do it to you like this, but I got to do it. Karn. Thought Not Seer, sure. All my cards are good. Really glad I got the Trash Master down first. Let's see what they say. No problem. Enjoy. Thank you for playing. Anyway. It's not magic. It's how different. So if I'm them, I'd probably take the Ringleader because that's what I'm matroned for. Or if they're heads up and they know about the combo, then they probably take the combo. I hope they drop in the chat. That'd be really cool. Yep, heads up play takes the combo. That's good because that shows me that they know what they're doing. Swings in with a Mega Spawn. I'm not going to block. Even though it doesn't look like it, I'm very far ahead in this game. Do we Thoughtseize them? Puts us a little bit lower on life. Could just grab... No, yeah, I like Thoughtseize. So let's Thoughtseize them. We'll go to 13. There's the Karn. We take the Karn. Then we cast our Matron. And then... Oh, no, Dampening Sphere. Dampening Sphere. Dampening Sphere. I think I just pass. It has to return something. So if I cast this, it forces them to pick something up, which I do not want them to pick either one of these cards up. We'll trade with the Myco Spawn. We can chump block this Thought-Knot Seer forever. Map's fine. Cracks map. We would have been at 12 if we traded a turn earlier. Okay. Play this tapped. No, I would not like to shock. Let's play the Ringleader. Okay. Only card is a Trawler, that's fine. Any order, pass it over. No attacks. For the rest of the game, we can chump block pretty effectively. Karn. Another Myco Spawn, maybe? Karn's good. Can Karn find an answer to this Damping Sphere? I mean, he can just grab a Walking Ballista, and that does a lot of work too. Torpor Orb is also really good knowing my hand. It's probably Torpor Orb. Torpor Orb. If you're in the chat, Torpor Orb. If you're watching my stream, Torpor Orb. I got you, fam. Show chat. No, show game chat. Disruptor Flute. That's heads up. They don't attack because they want another hit. If I play my entire hand, it doesn't really matter. Fetch to 8. Grab the mountain. Play the Matron. And then we're just going to play whatever we grab. Creator Maker can blow up the Thought-Knot. Oh, but it can't do it this turn. Big punts. Big punts. Big punts. Let's get the Creator Maker in play. This at least requires them to kill the Creator Maker. I mean, we could have grabbed a Snoop and gotten the Snoop in play, and that potentially would have won us the game. Well, let's keep playing it slow. Creator Maker can just kill whatever they grab. Just another example why you should always be aggressively mulliganing. There's always a reason, even if you don't see it. Show game log. So next turn I could technically bolt myself to 5. It's just so bad. Now they grab Turbo Orb. Turns off the rest of the cards in my hand. That's fine. That's why we grabbed the Crater Maker this turn. Dismember. Yeah. So now the Crater Maker is gone and it no longer does the thing that we grabbed it for. Draw. A land is pretty bad. Goblin. Okay. I would like to play this Trawler for no value. Does this say leaves? Yeah. I would like to bog your face. Well, we can't, which makes sense. And I guess we just draw a card. No, let's save that for next turn. Because again, the Sting Scourger doesn't do anything. We don't even have to worry about it. Bouncing the Thought Knot because it doesn't have an ETB. Hey, what's up, David? Appreciate you dropping in. Any recommended cards for Saruman the White Hand Commander deck? That's a really good question. Not off the top of my head, I'll be honest. You could swing in at the Karn. We lose this creature. We can trade with these two. We can draw a card. Do I want to kill this Karn? It's not worth losing a creature. I can kill it next turn. Nope. Yeah, we do want to kill the Karn. Because if they have another creature to block, then they get to have more value out of it. They eat the Ringleader, the Karn's down. We can still trade if they attack with the Thought Knot. Talisman's fine. They're at 6 mana now. Just let me look up what Saruman of the White Hand does, and I got you. I would like to pay. We draw a land. Very interesting game here. Picks up their own Ugin. Because they probably they know that they just need to draw one more land and then they're in the driver's seat. Not looking good. Not looking good. 3, 6, 7. Yep. There was a couple sequences that we definitely could have done a little bit better. This whole match was a little bit skewed because we didn't get aggressive enough. I take it all back. Play the Snoop. Dampening Sphere on top. Okay. No attacks. Draws a card. Plays a land. Cast trigger. Yeah, Devour. They're going to hit 2 of my creatures. Good game, opponent. Really well played. Chump. We knew we were drawing the Dampening Sphere. Get it down. GG's. Well played. Good luck. The rest of your league. Hell yeah. course, I'm gonna let them ult their Ugin. I'm streaming. I want the people to see the power. This gives me time to look up Saruman of the White Hand. He said, Saruman the White Hand. Let's go to Scryfall. So it's... See, I would have thought it was white. So it's Grixis. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, amass Orcs X, where X is that spell's mana value. Non-creature spell. Okay. Goblins and Orcs you control have Ward 2. Okay. Cast a non-creature spell. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So the first thing that comes to mind is like Cascade. You could like Cascade using a non-creature spell into another non-creature spell. You would get a bunch of different ones. If you could like build a Cascade deck where almost all the spells in your deck are non-creatures, you could cast like a 6 or 5 mana Cascade spell, and then hit a 4 mana Cascade spell, then a 3 mana Cascade spell, and you could just make like a massive orc. And technically, if you had like a fling or like a goblin, I don't want to say goblin bombardment, but some way to like deal damage equal to the creature's power, you could be like, cast my 5 mana Cascade spell, trigger, make Orcs X. Oh, I'm going back. Good game, opponent. Wait, they didn't. What did they search for? They didn't search. They searched, but they didn't put anything to play. Very interesting. All right, so we're 2-2. Another day in the office. Final round. Let's see what we do. So yeah, that's like the coolest thing that I could think of. I'm not like a. I don't usually do spell slingers type stuff, but I think that if you were to build like a Cascade deck where you cascade like a bunch of non-creature spells into each other, especially if they're instants, and you do it on your opponent's turn, right? And you go to your turn and you have this massive dude out of nowhere, and you could just smack him dead. That seems like a lot of fun. Besides that, like Storm, you could play like Storm, but the issue is the Storm mechanic doesn't cast, it copies. You could play like a Control deck, of course, but Control's kind of boring. I feel like you're trying to do something fun, and I think that like Cascade could probably be like super cool. It's just probably a little bit jank and you got to build around it. But hey, that's the beauty of Magic. I hope that helps. I know I was in the middle of a match, so I wasn't able to be as quick on the response as I want, but it is ironic that he's the White Hand, and he's definitely Grixis. Evil man. He threw Gandalf off the fucking tower. If I remember correctly. We mulligan aggressively with this deck. Sure. Bottom. The second fetch land. Okay, it's another Jeskai Control player. So they probably have the pending for my Vial. Turn 1 Cavern on Goblin. Play the Vial. Pass it over. There's not many decks that play Meticulous Archive. It's like Jeskai Control and Blue-White Control. Ooh. Yeah, I guess Esper Sewers, Esper Blink is bigger than both those decks. Frog is good. Show chat. Love it. Thank you. We are live on YouTube at Goblin Ringleader. We stream Goblins every day in every format. Every day. It's all we play in every format. Good luck, have fun. Trigger, okay. Go back here. I would like to put this trigger on the Vial, draw a card. Matron's perfect in the situation. Do we want to cast the Sting Scourger on the Frog now? Probably not. it's better to get the surveil down. Try to find something else, I guess. Although bouncing it would take a draw away from them. Yeah, I was gonna try to surveil, but let's just unsummon the frog. I don't think that we can afford to let them just keep a frog in play. This card's banned in Legacy, you know. Okay, I would like to unsummon this, yes. Pass it over. Sting Scourger is one of my favorite cards. Like, just being able to show somebody that, yeah, I play Unsummon in red. Come on. Get with the times. What year is this from? It doesn't even say. Replays the frog. Upkeep trigger. The Sting Scourger dies. Then we draw. We drew the land anyway. Get the Matron down. Matron's going to grab a Ringleader. Could grab a 2-drop, but I think that's just better that it grabs a Ringleader. Maybe could technically grab a Munitions Expert. Try to just kill the frog if they're not paying attention, but I guarantee they're paying attention. Yeah, see, they didn't auto-yield, so. They're a smart cookie. Hey, what's up, Derek? Appreciate you doing. Hey, what's up, Derek? How you doing? Appreciate you dropping in. How's the day going? We are not at pre-release tonight. I know usually we live stream all the pre-releases. However, I've been fighting something. I got a bacterial infection in both my lungs. And yeah, I'm just trying to be okay. So we're not going to go to pre-release tonight? I appreciate you doing too. Hell yeah, bro. You understand me. So yeah, we're going to be going and doing a pre-release tomorrow if we feel better. I just don't want to get anybody sick. Even though it's just like a lung thing, and I know it's probably not infectious, I don't even want to risk getting my friends sick. It's not worth it. But you know what that means? That means we get to play some more Modern. Round 1, we were able to get a pretty good win in. Round 2, we lost to Tron. Final round up against Esper. It looks like Goryo's. It could be Blink, but it could be Goryo's. I haven't seen any Blink stuff yet. I'm guessing this is another frog. Man, I wonder if it's time to bring back engineered explosives. That could be really cool. Yes, I would like to take up this ability. Then I draw, play this Andy Zovel. Show you a Goblin Ringleader. Do I play the Ringleader first, or do I play the Sling Gang first? I mean, if I play the Ringleader first, I mean, Sling Gang could potentially protect me from just losing. Let me think, because this is actually interesting. Ringleader could find a Trawler, which could bog them and take away their ability to jump things. So let's get the Ringleader down, and then next turn we can go Sling Gang, Pashlik, no problem. Okay, yes. Draw 4 cards. All of these are really good. All right, we have 7 cards in hand now. We can put either Harbinger or Pashlik in play at instant speed. So let's just pass. Not auto pass, just pass. We do kind of lose doing our Traxa, right? I don't even know. I think we might have enough damage to kill through an Atraxa. Although we did use our Sting Scourger, which is kind of rough. Pitches Force Negation. Plays land. So I like a hard cast Solitude. I mean, Triple Frog is pretty strong. Jump one of the frogs. Go to combat. They're playing it safe because they know we can represent a lot of damage. Chip shots are good. Playing defense is good. So they draw their card. They go to the second main. Go to my turn. End step, activate Vial. Yes. Put this Mog Mob into play. Go to mine. I would like to put this to 4. Right? Yes. Draw. Because we have 5 mana. We can play the Pashlik and have a 2-drop. I draw a Thoughtseize. Can play this Anti-Solval. Show you a Harbinger you've already seen. They're at a Perpetual 10. They can flashback Faithful Mending and Gorios for a blocker if I get aggressive. But I can technically kill an Atraxa. Vial this in. I have 6 creatures. So what I need to do first, before anything else, get a Pashlik Mons down. This is number 1. This turns the Mog Mob into 4 damage. So now we go to combat. We attack with these 3. The attacks are good. I would like to cast this before blocks. And I would like to target the frog. Once this munitions is in play, I think we have the game sealed. Yes, I'd like to kill the frog. Now they can go to blocks. They're going to block the Mog Mob. Solitude. Solitude on the stack. So let's see. I can 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 13. Yes. Put the Sling Gang into play. Yes. I would like to bolt you for 4. Then I would like to shoot you. 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 And then I would like to shoot you. And this is exactly 14. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good game, opponent. Really well played. All right. Let's go to sideboards. That did look like... I mean, I saw Faithful Mending. Mending is usually only in the Goryo's list. So we bring in the Blood Moon. Mogmob was really good there. Bolts are going to be really good. I don't think Vial is good against them. Void is definitely better. Agathis is really good. Munitions is really not going to do anything. It's one of those cards that wins us that game one and nothing else. Thoughtseize, Lightning Bolt, Agathis. Creator Maker probably doesn't kill anything either. Let's try like that. Yeah, if they're just playing normal sewers, then our board plan is not as good. But if they're playing Atraxa, then the ley lines and stuff will be much better. We saw Faithful Mending, we saw Frog, we saw Solitude and Ephemerate, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if I want to mulligan this hand to try to find a ley line. Faithful Mending tells me that they probably have like Archons and stuff. So I'm going to mulligan to a ley line. Is that crazy? I mean, they probably like bring in a bunch of answers for the vials. So let's just try this. So turn one Surveil. Do they bin an Archon? Aha, they are on Goryo's. If they bin the Goryo's, that means they don't have anything good in their hand, probably. Cavern on Goblin. Pass it over. Sewers is good. Bin's a Tainted Indulgence. So they're just digging for interaction. Top deck, Kiki Jiki. Let's show the Snoop, cast the Snoop. Not going to yield in case there's a Mogmob on top. Pass it over. Shocks and a Godless Shrine. Frog, they have Ephemerate up maybe to try to protect it in case. I mean, we have a Harbinger. So I guess they could have Solitude Ephemerate, but I'm going to try it. Bolts on top. Solitude in response. Hits the Harbinger. Okay. Before the evoke trigger, Ephemerate. Hits the Snoot. Okay. I get a trigger. Yes. I have two Mogmobs, a Trawler, and a Kiki Jiki. Do I just grab a Ringleader and try to bury them in card advantage? Do I grab another Snoop and try to combo? It's between Ringleader and Snoop. If we draw another Harbinger, we could just kill them. I mean, next turn, I'm going to want a bunch of bodies. Could just be Sling Gang. Sling Gang, and then the following turn Kiki Jiki if we draw another land. They get to put me back to 19 here. Go to 16, okay. Ooh. Okay, so they're not... But Tainted Indulgence. Weird. I guess they are playing the Goryo's Vengeance build. I just haven't seen them also play Riddler package. Probably the new hotness. Probably the new hotness. Pitches a Traxa. Pitches a land. Puts me to 18. Warps away the Riddler. Go to mine, I draw the Sling Gang. Play the Raucous Theater. Harbinger can stay on top. That's funny. So if we grabbed a Snoop, we would have won. Let's get this Boggart Trawler down. Pass it over. So next turn we can go Anti-Toggle. We have access to 5 mana. Hardcast a Kiki. It's just bad. Everything is bad. Hey, appreciate you dropping in. How's your day going? Thanks so much for being here, Joseph. Joseph? And that really means a lot. I'm a huge fan of Goblins, and so thank you so much for being here. How's your day going? So Warp's another Quantum Riddler. Okay. Riddlers are really good when you can chain them in. Where am I from? I'm from like middle Illinois. How about you? I live on a farm in the middle of Illinois. So my Wi-Fi is so bad. That's why all the graphics are really bad. PT Chicago? Dude, that's so fucking cool. Congratulations, by the way. The dream is to go to the Pro Tour one day. That's actually why we're grinding right now. We're grinding because we qualified for RC Houston. I got my plane ticket. I got my blue letter on the wall. I'm trying to qualify for my first ever Pro Tour, and I'm doing it with Goblins. We qualified with Goblins, and now we're going to play Goblins the whole way. So, opponent's got an Atraxa in the yard. Or, I mean, a Grizzlebrand in the yard. So this game is probably over. Did I see a good amount? I have to play black. Yeah. Cancel. So this should have been black. And then these could all be red. Sling Gang. This allow us to gain a little life, drain them for a little bit, buy ourselves some time. But yeah, the dream is to play Goblins at Pro Tour Lorywyn. And so in order to do that, we got to do well at this RC that's coming up. And yeah, so we're grinding. The grind never stops. But I appreciate you saying that you're a fan and you're a Pro Tour competitor. That's insane. I'm honored. I'm a huge fan of you. Salute. Goblins, salute. I will say this is not looking good for us in this game. Aforementioned, not looking good. When a Grizzlebrand comes, the game's going to be over pretty quick. I guess we can technically... No, because the 3 life we can gain is mitigated by the 2 cards they can pitch. Because right now they have 12 damage in the air. I can go to 14, but then they can pitch 2 cards and then kill me. Let's force them to do it. Well, they didn't... I was going to say, they didn't jump their frog, so... I would like to sack to drain game. Actually, that's not true because they just pay life to make a billion draws and then pitch them all to the frog. Yeah, this Goryo's deck is really strong. Thankfully, we won game 1 with Exacxies. So they'll go to 12, draw a bunch of cards, pitch a bunch of cards to the frog, buff it up. Hey, Neri, appreciate you dropping in. How's the day going? Appreciate you being here. Playing against our final match of the night, Esper Gorios. And we didn't mulligan aggressively to our... And so let me think. We know they play Ephemerate. We know they play Fatal Push. Is there any other 1-drops that really matter? Not really, honestly. I think Chalice is kind of a trap against them because Frog is so strong. I think we really just want an Agatha's or a Leyline or a Blood Moon. Like, any of these cards I think are fantastic against them. And then the rest of the deck just has to be aggressive enough to close the game. A good night of CEDH 310. Hell yeah, that's what we want to hear. It's nice when you get to do your thing, you absolute legend. This is a 1-land hand that can't cast any spells. This, oh, it's so bad. Leyline. And this is why I'm not a fan of playing 3 Leylines. I like the full 4. Because even if you draw one later, you at least have it. Mulligan to 3, it will be a 2. It's just really bad. Waiting for the pod to pop off turn 3 and then having nothing. That's fair. All right, Leyline. All right, so we have a 3-card hand. Bottom this, bottom this, bottom this, bottom this. Done. All right, Agathas. Win us this game. We can't even play it on 2. No. Good game, opponent. Really well played. Even if I had the Leyline, I don't think it really wins against them. All right, we get a couple draws. I would like to show you the Mogmob. I'd like to cast this. Agatha's. In response, they're going to fetch for a Spell Pierce. Yep, that's good. It's pretty good. Plays a tapped Watery Grave, passes it over, land off the top. Never didn't have it. Nope. Needs to be red, red, red. Mogmob, we're not going to yield because they could have some form of, like, they could have path, and I would much rather bolt them than get a land. Is that even true? I don't even know. All right, well, we're hellbent on turn 3, and they have 6 cards in hand. Nothing bad's going to happen. Warper Riddler. Yeah. Go back to 6 cards. This is pretty good for them. Pretty good. Oh, and they can ephemerate it to keep it. Oh, we're so dead. We are so dead. Good game. Not going to concede, but I feel very dead. What time do you normally start streaming? So usually I work and then I go to an LGS and I play 4 rounds of Modern or Standard or whatever the format is that day. And then I come home and I stream after doing 4 rounds of my LGS. And then I stream for more rounds. And so usually I start streaming around 10 o'clock p.m. CST. But recently I've been trying to like change that because first off, I've been sick all week, but also it's just really hard on my body. When I wake up at 6:45, go to work all day, get off at 6. I work from 9 to 6. So that's not insane. It's just 9 hours. But after my 9 hours, I go and I play 4 rounds of Magic, which is usually 3.5, 4 hours. And then I come home and I try to stream, 2, 3 rounds. And then I get off the stream. If I started at 10 p.m., then I get off the stream at like 11:30, 12, and then I go to bed. Wow, that's crazy. And then I end up going to bed at like 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning, and then I wake up at 6:45 again. And so it's a grind. And so I'm trying to stream a little bit earlier, trying to go to less like locals, which sucks to say because like my favorite thing in the world is playing paper Magic with my friends, but it's just really hard on my body. And so that's like my normal schedule. And so I've been trying to like instead I was doing locals 5 days a week. I was doing standard on Monday. Let me just I don't want to auto yield because I could have removal. I was doing standard on Monday, Pioneer on Tuesday, Modern on Wednesday at Nerd Rage Gaming, Modern on Thursday at Boar's Hat Gaming, Legacy on Fridays, and then RCQs Saturday, Sunday. But again, it just became too much, so I needed to I needed to chill out, and so now I only go to if I can make it on Mondays, I go on Mondays for standard at Boar's Hat. But usually, like my go-to locals, I love playing Modern, so Modern at Nerd Rage Gaming on Wednesday, and then Modern at Boar's Hat Gaming on Thursday. And yeah, it's great. Sometimes I get to be a commentator at Nerd Rage Gaming for their locals. If they don't have another commentator, they ask me to step into the booth. If not, I get to play Goblins on stream. And yeah, Boar's Hat always records their games. The games go up at MTG Chicago. The YouTube channel is MTG Chicago. And my buddy Sal runs that page. He does a great job, and he gets all the games up there. He makes sure that there's a mix of like standard, Pioneer, Legacy, Modern. And so yeah, if you enjoy paper content, check out Nerd Rage Gaming on YouTube and MTG Chicago on YouTube. This game is bad. You know what? I feel like the only time that you get better is when you put yourself in the seat and you get more reps. I had a friend who was a Pro Tour grinder when I was first starting, like really, really trying to do well at these big events. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a week off of locals to let my brain rest so that when I go to a big event, I can just like perform. And you know what he said? He laughed at me. He said, back when I was practicing for the PT, we would work all day, come home, test all night, and then fall asleep in our testing house, and then do that for a week straight, and then go to the PT. And so what he told me was, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for you to try to be like, oh, you know what, my body isn't, you're capable. You're willing to, or you're not willing to put the work in that's necessary to win, and that's why you're not winning. And I was like, damn, man, you're right. That's crazy. And so yeah, like ever since I talked to Jared about it, and shout out to Jared Racha, one of the OG grinders at the Boar's Hat. He inspired me a lot to try to so they're gonna make this frog the biggest thing in the world, but I guess they have 10 cards. There's definitely a solitude in there. Yeah, big shout out to Jared Racha for inspiring me to grind more and to put myself through the paces, because I feel like a lot of Magic is mental, and just having someone that you look up to tell you, hey, you can do this. You feel like you need rest, and rest is important, but like over resting is also something. Like you need reps more than you need rest, and failure is the easiest way to learn. You have to fail a lot. I like to say that I'll fail 1,000 times to get one good match, because then You know, I'm like, I've been here before. Okay, I'm losing to this. Okay, I've lost. What did I do wrong? What can I do better for the future? And you know, I love grind. Like I enjoy the fight uphill. That's one of the reasons that I love Goblins. Is I like having a fight. I like having a struggle. I like having to work really hard for my wins, and it feels really good when you have to do that. Good game, opponent. Well played. Show chat. GG's. GG's. Well played. Boom. Well played, opponent. But yeah, so just trying to grind, get better. You know, you got to sleep. You're right. I do have to sleep eventually. But yeah, been sick all week, so we're not streaming as late as normal, and I'm trying to change things up so that I feel a little bit better about when I play. But yeah, overall, I've just been having a lot of fun. Let's make the list. Let's make the yeah, tournament play is really different. Like you gotta make sure that you're putting the reps in. Monday. Okay, let's go over the main deck. The 4 Thoughtseize felt really good. The 4 Vials felt really good. 22 lands feels like the right amount of lands. I kind of wanted this Mog Mob every single game. Munitions Expert, not so much. The Agathas was cool. Was cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the third trawler, basically, eating the important things out of my opponent's graveyard. We also did get to spike a game earlier, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where we put a frog under this. Then we pitched our hand, and then we jumped like the Mog Mob or something, and then we dealt them a billion damage all in one turn. So the Agathas is like randomly really good, especially if they're playing Grizzlebrand. They can't really pitch a Grizzlebrand into our Agathas because then we get a Grizzlebrand. Creator Maker Sting Scourger is good. So basically everything here is good. The 4 Harbingers are locked. We could go up on a trawler, but that means we need to cut something else. The 4 Matrons are locked. The Bashlick is locked. The Mog Mob is locked. The 2 Sling Gangs, the 2 Ringleaders, the 2 Kikis are pretty good. What could we do? We could put this. We could keep the Mog Mob. No, but the Mog Mob is burn. This is difficult. I think that Anti-Salvo doesn't work great with Arena of Glory. So we could trim 1. We could play a Scalding Tarn. We don't play an Arid Mesa anymore. Oh, we do. Okay. We could move the fetch lands back around. Do we want a 3rd mountain? No, because we play the full 4 Thoughtseize. I guess Anti-Salvo is the only way to not take 4 on turn 1 to Thoughtseize. That could be good. Gemstone Caverns is really good in like Eternal, like older formats, but I think it's not as good in this format. How many non-mountains do we have? 4 caverns, 2 Anti-Salvos, and that's it. Besides the Arena of Glories. So that's 6 plus the Arena of Glories is 9. 9 is about half of our lands are not mountains. So the Arena of Glory is really, we don't want to have a 4th Arena of Glory. I mean, I think that the 3rd Anti-Salvo is fine. We could put the Agathas in the side and keep the 4th Munitions in the main. That helps with our Boros Energy matchup. We could add another Leyline because I really missed a Leyline. We could add another Blood Moon. Trim a Chalice. Well, ultimately, actually, now that I think about it, what we could do is we could play Engineered Explosives. That hits Frog. That hits the Affinity deck. It does cost 2 to blow up. We play Ratchet Bomb, but that does also cost 2. I mean, I like playing another Blood Moon because our Esper matchup is that bad. Let's put 2 Blood Moons in. Cut the white border 1. The bolts felt really good when we did bring them in. Chalice, Agatha's, Bolt, Trashmaster, 4 ley lines. I mean, this looks great. What did we lose? Hey, appreciate you dropping in, Neri. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful night. Go enjoy yourself. You legend. Um, Light, thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you being here. W Stream, what's your favorite commander deck? I love Crush the Bloodbraided. It's a 5 mana, Jund colors, and 2 generic for a 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, you put X1 counters on it, where X is that creature's power. So you can just sit there with your 5 mana 3/3 out and be like, this card has no keywords. Watch your opponents go to war, they attack and they block, lots of creatures die, and then you just like innocently ask after combat math is done and after creatures have died, you're like, how much power died? And then you get 2 different players to count. I had 5 power die, and then someone else is like, well, I had 7 power die. And okay, 12 counters on Crush, and then all of a sudden you're just like, wait, what? It's really cool. Also, I really enjoy Heartless Agetsu. That deck's a lot of fun. Just being able to do crazy out of the blue. Okay, so we have 62 here. And having the combos like really, really important. Affinity's huge here. I think having access to Trashmaster Game 1 and Affinity meta is really big. Munitions is like our best removal in the deck. Mogmob is a close second. In some matchups, we just want to race. So we could put a munitions in the board. We could also put the Harbinger on the board, like the 4th Harbinger on the board. This would be hedging against the hyper interactive decks, where when we have multiple Harbingers, it's not as good. We could go down to 1 Agatha's now that we have the 4 ley lines, and we could go up. Oh, that's 15. We could trim a Blood Moon. I mean, sometimes I just want more bolts. Okay, so let's work specifically on the sideboard. The main deck's pretty much good. Agatha's, Sphere, Moon, Harbinger. Okay. So Chalice is my way of beating X1. Like, hell yeah. Let me think. So Chalice is how we beat a mono one drop deck. Affinity is really good right now. Okay, what's stuff that I really miss sometimes? I miss Brothers at End. Oh, that's too slow. Brothers at End is too slow. Does Dampening Sphere even slow down the Tron deck? I mean, we saw what it did. I just don't think it's good enough. Blood Moon is ridiculous. Storm isn't really a thing right now, sadly. I know it sounds horrible of me to say sadly, but like Storm used to be huge in Modern. We could add another Lightning Bolt. Chalice with Thoughtseize is kind of a non-bow, but it's really, really good against Prowess. The 4 ley lines. So what did we lose to tonight? We lost to Tron. So what would we have against Tron with this sideboard? Just the 2 Blood Moons? I think the Agathas might be too cute. I mean, it's really good against the Goryo's deck specifically and really nothing else. We can have 5 cards there. What are our cards against Boros? The 3 Lightning Bolts and Ammunitions. That doesn't feel good. We could do... The issue is if we bring Chalice in, it's going on 1. This is against Prowess. We can put Magebane Lizard in the deck. That also doesn't really do too much. What are my staples? I love Damping Sphere. This is one of my favorite cards. It's just like so incredibly good. What does this do? Activated abilities of artifacts and creatures can't be activated. That's really bad against me. So let's play 3 Dampening Spheres. And Bolt is so good against Boros, though. We can put the Trash Master on the side. That's fine. That lets us put the 4th Harbinger back in the main. Kind of messes the curve a little bit up again, but I think that's worth it because we need game 1 is the game that we really need to win with the combo. Once they know what the combo does, they're gonna board for it. Then we can trim stuff. 17 cards on the board. The Goblins are over here. I guess we could, against Boros, we really don't want the 4th Thoughtseize. What did we used to play? We used to play Fatal Push, but I think Bolt is better than Fatal Push. We could trim a Blood Moon. Oh my god. What's the Thoughtseize good against? Thoughtseize is just good in the meta. It's good against combo decks. It's good against Affinity. It's good against Belcher. We could do 2 and 2. So let's go through the numbers here. Oh, but Chalice is so bad. And in a 2 of, it's really tough. I mean, like, sometimes you just want Chalice on 0, Chalice on 1. So what I want to put one of these Goblins. Nothing else, okay. I want to put one of these Goblins back in the main. I think it's going to be the Munitions Expert. Now we have a lot of removal against Boros. The Thoughtseizes aren't going to... I guess we could play Bolt, but I think Thoughtseize is better game 1. We could trim back down to 3 ley lines. We just got unlucky, and we're overcompensating. We could add another Blood Moon. 2 and 2 seems fine. We have a Trash Master, we have a Thoughtseize, and we have 2 Bolts. We got a single Chalice. Let's do the matchups. Against Boros, we bring in these cards. Maybe even the Agathas. Bring in these cards. That's 6. Against Boros, we cut 3 Thoughtseizes, 2 Vials, and a Crater Maker. I guess we could cut a Harbinger. We're not really ever going to be able to combo against them. Okay, so that's 6 cards. That's clean. That feels good. Against Prowess, we're bringing in 3 Chalice, 2 Dampening Spheres, cutting Thoughtseize, 2 Vials. That feels good. Against Tron, bringing in 2 Blood Moons, 2 Dampening Spheres. Against Espergorios, we're bringing in Blood Moons and Dampening Spheres. Chalice doesn't do much. We don't even really need the Trash Master against them. What other decks? What other decks? So if we sort just by the quantities, put this here, put this here, this here, and this here. I mean, that's 15 cards. I mean, sometimes we're going to wish we had more Dampening Spheres. Sometimes we're going to wish we had more Bolts. But I mean, I think overall this looks fine. Agathas is a flexible catch-all. Nice, like running Val in the Haymaker. At 4/3 red, white, green. It gets the ability to tap tokens. It gets +4/+3. +4/+4. Yeah, yeah. That's sick as hell. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm just gonna update. So the main looks like this. Now we go to our hashtag flex slot. Shout out to the legends who run the flexslot.gg. Sure. I'll sign in. They're doing some work. So it might not work the way that we want to. Yeah, so it looks like the flex slot's down. But if I was able to update my flex slot, which is where I keep all my deck lists, I would change it to be like the this: 2 Kiki, 2 Slingang, 2 Ringleader, 4 Harbinger, 2 Trawler, 4 Matron, a Pashlik, 4 Mogmob, 4 Munitions, 4 Snoop, a Sting Scourger, a Crater Maker, 3 Thoughtseize, a Skirk, 4 Vile, 22 lands, 24 if you count the MDFCs. Then with the board, we have 3 Leyline of the Void, 3 Chalice of the Void, 2 Lightning Bolt, 2 Blood Moon, 2 Dampening Sphere, 2 Thoughtseize, an Agatha's, and a Trash Master. That seems very clean. Game 1 might be a little bit difficult against Affinity because we don't have the full 4 Thoughtseizes and we only have the Crater Maker to destroy artifacts. However, I think that's kind of fine. We have an Agatha's? We do. We have a single Agatha's in the 75, which is cool. It's really strong against Boros if we get a Mogmob under it. But again, we're not, like we saw in some of these games, we can't just like force it because then we end up losing. Trash Master not being in the main is the only thing that I'm iffy on right now. Just because Trash Masters are only Lord. But I mean, like, having more 4s in the deck naturally makes us more susceptible to the other decks in the meta. What's good against Esper? Gotta go to bed? Hey, no worries. Hey, I hope you have a beautiful time fishing. Thank you so much for dropping in. I hope I see you more in the future. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful night. But yeah, this list feels really good. Even though we went 2-3, you know, we had some crazy games earlier. We won some really fast ones against our opponents because we were able to go for the combo. Thoughtseize on 1 was just ridiculous in most of our matches. That wasn't Boros Energy. Even against the Boros Energy deck, I mean, we were able to. Thank you. That means a lot. You know, I'll be here. But yeah, against the Boros Energy deck, the Thoughtseize was good. I mean, we just happened to lose because they were able to go too wide. Like, I thought we were going to turn 3 combo them, but we didn't draw our 3rd land. So I guess that's one thing to be considerate of is, like, you got to make sure that you hit your land drops. This deck is very mana heavy. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Even though we ended up 2-3, we got a lot of really good data from this. And yeah, I'm going to update my paper lists. So thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you being here. Till next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more, support the channel. $1 a month gets your name read out on every stream. We're going to read off the members before I go, and then I'm going to crash. From the top, I'm going to do it blindfolded because I've been practicing. Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, the Darth Newt, ADDY 100K, Jared Munster Man, and Annan, Riberio, Cypher 777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javi Yellow, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrius, Nito Burrito, Trigger Philosophy, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrius, Nito Burrito, Trigger Philosophy, and you! Thank you so much for